Today on the channel, Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Motoro. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mortal Kombat unboxing and review. But remember, for all your Mortal Kombat needs, hit up Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. Now here we are, Mortal Kombat Madness, sweeping the channel, sweeping the nation. The new movie's out or coming out, depending on when you're watching this. And there's a lot going on in the Mortal Kombat universe. And we're very familiar on the channel, and myself at this point, with the McFarlane Mortal Kombat line that you can buy at Target, Big Bad Toy Store, Walmart's, GameStops, you know, the usual suspect places. However, I have yet to delve into the Storm Collectibles version of Mortal Kombat figures. And to be honest, to take that step back, comparing pictures, looking at the different figures, Storm is truly the way to go with Mortal Kombat figures, at least from what I see. I haven't touched or played with any, so I guess there's that still. But from what I see, Mortal Kombat figures, awesome figures from Storm, awesome figures from McFarlane, but Storm is giving us in more plentiful amounts, maybe easier to find. No, take all that back. Walk that back. Not easier to find. Storm collectibles are pretty hard to find, as Big Bad Toy Store has them. Online retailers have them, but you're not going to find them at Walmart and Target. They're also very, very expensive. I mean, you're talking 3 to 4 times the amount of the McFarlane figures. And then some of the older ones, like one figure I want in Mortal Kombat, you can't have a Mortal Kombat collection without Goro. You need that 4-armed, beautiful man. Not a man, but we need Goro in the collection. I need to get Goro. However, the Storm Collectibles Goro is like $500 now. It's way out of my price range for what I'm willing to pay for a Mortal Kombat figure. This Storm Collectible Motoro, $100 I got. A little less than $100 in shipped to me. That's a good deal for this one. This is a deluxe giant size figure. Goro, very similar. Hopefully we get a re-release of Goro, or maybe McFarlane will make Goro very soon. I don't know what'll happen there. That would be cool to see. But Storm Collectibles have some amazing looking figures. I've seen Scorpion, and Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero, Baraka. More classic inspired gear. As you guys know, some of these McFarlane ones are, you know, Mortal Kombat 11. Some of the more far out there games down the series where somebody like me, a collector of these figures, I'm looking for Mortal Kombat 1, 2. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I grew up on. That's what I love. That's when I think of Mortal Kombat characters, that's what I return to. And Storm gave us a lot of those that look really amazing. But once again, you're looking at $80 to $500 to pick those up. So it's really not in my budget to do that. But some figures like this, I got it at a steal, so I had to pick it up. But to see this one, being the deluxe and knowing what Goro goes for, I said, I better jump on this one now while I can. And that's exactly what I did. Now we're going to find out, what do I think of Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat? We're going to know that once we get this unboxed. My only history with Storm Collectibles figures, you wrestling fans out there that have followed along the channel, you know this. Jushin Thunder Liger, we've had 3 so far with another one coming. I've had those. Many a Hulk Hogan figures in the Storm Collectibles. I have all those as well. So I'm no stranger to Storm Collectibles, but I'm definitely a stranger to the Mortal Kombat line with Storm Collectibles. So I want to have that out there at the front. But should be similar, should be kind of similar figures. I'm sure the plastics feel the same. The interchangeability stuff should all be the same, I would imagine, but we'll find out here in a second. But let's do it like we normally do. Let's take a look at the packaging first. Spin it around, look at it, talk about it, then unbox it, talk about it, all that kind of stuff. Not sure what I'm getting into when I unbox this. I might have to cut away. There could be 1,000 twist ties in here for all I know. But we'll see. So there's this big, huge deluxe box of Motoro. Not quite Goro levels. I always thought he was kind of like, here's Goro, and now we got Motoro. He's kind of the next evolution of big, giant-sized deluxe guys you fight in the game. Goro being, you know, the champion that we all love. Motoro being second. And anytime you get a half-beast, half-man type character, man, sign me up all day long. I love that kind of stuff. This is something I could see my dad. I'm sure my dad's watched this. I could see him put this on his miscellaneous shelf. He likes this kind of stuff, just like me. That's probably where I get it from. He likes it, and he loves the Storm Collectible Street Fighter figures, so he buys those. So, and I think he said in the will, I get those. So, you know, 50 years from now, my dad goes away, I think I'll have those Street Fighters in my collection. I think, Dad, you can leave a comment if that's true or not. But there it is. There's Motaro on the front. Now, One thing I don't like, and we see this with Storm Collectible, big box, I can barely get in frame. Nobody wants to see me anyways, but we've seen it with the Hogans, we've seen it with the Ligers, we see it now. They put that cellophane wrapping kind of over. Gives the figures a really glossy look through the plastic. For you guys inbox collectors, I don't know the excitement I would have for this. It blocks the figure, it just makes it look kind of milky. I just don't like that at all. But I know there's a lot of people out there, and this is what I'm going to do as well with this one. I'm going to open it up, but I'm going to keep all the packaging as nice as possible so I can slide it in and keep it all together and all that kind of fun stuff. And I think that's what a lot of Storm Collectible people do with their figures. And I do that with my Ligers and Hogans. I keep all the extra hands, everything in the package, so just it's a good storage tool. You're not mixing them up, not losing them, and that's what I'm going to do with this one as well. So you got that Mortal Kombat down at the bottom, Motoro, kind of a half look of him there, a little glamour shot. Big window, but it just kind of falls flat for me. It looks like this was a convention exclusive, New York 2020 Comic-Con exclusive. Now, if I remember right, 2020 Comic-Con got canceled, didn't it? Or was that the one that was in February? February of 2020, so I don't think it did get canceled. So, I don't know. I think it went on, so I think that's where this came from. On the top, you got the window to let the light in. You got the Mortal Kombat logo. We know, we love. Look at the side there. That's what we're in store for here. Look at that. He comes with that extra skeleton. I love that nice touch. I'm pretty sure that skeleton is reused from the Storm Collectibles Golden Axe. That's one set I slept on. I was playing the long game. Totally missed out. Sometimes the long game goes south. I would have liked that Golden Axe set, and I missed it, unfortunately. But, you know, maybe another day. There it is right there. And then on the other side, you got that whole half-head thing going on. How menacing and mean does that look? Old Motoro. He's just not a guy you want to invite over for dinner, I can tell you that much. Then you got the bottom. And then you got the back. All kinds of glamour shot action going on there. I love it. Two heads, it looks like, with this one. That skeleton body, different hands. A lot to unpack, a lot to talk about here. Anything it says back here that I need to read? Warner Brothers, Mortal Kombat. Manufactured by Massway Limited, Hong Kong. Not for children under 3 years old, which is interesting because the McFarlane toys, not for children under 14. So, little different rules over there in China that Storm Collectibles are playing with, but good for them. You know, if I was 3 years old, I'd be all into this. I don't know about your 3-year-olds or any 3-year-olds you know. This is my wheelhouse as 3-year-old Kyle. How cool is that background, that packaging? Mortal Kombat right there. Beautiful. Beautiful packaging. Only thing I don't like about the packaging, like I said, is that cellophane kind of wrappers in front blocking a lot of the action. We got a double plastic prison here. Holy cow, look at this. Big time plastic prison going on. Very cool, though. All right, let's take the first layer off. There's nothing in that layer. Crazy. So, nothing in that layer. See you later. Which gets us to... Well, we got layers upon layers. I'm going to try to do this without dumping it. But there's a skeleton plastic prison. Now, the skeleton comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total sets of hands for just the skeleton accessory. Talk about next level. That's detail. You only really need one set of hands for the skeleton. What do you need all these for? There's really no reason, but I'm not complaining. I guess more accessories, the better. This is a very expensive figure, but if you shop around, you can get it for under 100 shipped currently, as I just recently did this, remember. Okay, here's that cellophane, which I don't know. It must protect the plastic on the figures a little bit. I don't get it. We got 2 little ball joint type things. I have no idea what this is for. There's no instructions. Good luck figuring that out, and I probably won't be able to. Let's pull out this extra head. Oh, here's an extra head. I prefer extra heads over extra hands. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably in the same boat as me. How about some extra hands? We got 1, 2, 3 total sets of hands here. They're all bloody, it looks like. Yep, all bloody hands. Hands are hands. Just depends what position you want. Now, this confuses me, and maybe I'm trying to remember back to the game. Was this part of his, like, things he would do? Would he, like, drop an egg at people or something? I don't recall that. I remember him doing the old school donkey kick in the game. But I don't know. This is like a... Doesn't open up, does it? No, it doesn't open. I don't know what this is. Is this an Easter egg you're supposed to hide in the yard? It almost looks like a football or an egg. I believe it was an egg you used as a weapon in the game, but I could be totally off there. What else we got? Oh, on the back. We got taped in here. Let me get it off. Maybe. Jeez. Oh, we got a stand here. You guys know I love stands. Usually I recommend the Ringside Collectibles discount code Kyle, save 10% stands. But this one comes with his own flight stand. Look at that. Oop, losing pieces left and right here. That's it. See you later. All kinds of stuff. So it's a stand. It's got different peg holes you can use. I appreciate that, and I appreciate any time I get a free stand. I think all figures should come with a stand. They're cheap, especially if you make them for a whole line. They're not going to add that much cost. All right, plastic prism for Motoro. Make sure he doesn't fall out there. But there he is in the plastic prison. Big, big figure. Big deluxe figure. See you later to the side. Oh, see you later. Watch out. Dodging stuff. All right, picking this guy up here. What do we have? Holy cow. This is a big, big figure. Gotta make sure all his hooves are correct. He's got 4 hooves. You know, it's funny, you look at him straight on, it looks like he's just a bad dude. But then whoa, holy cow, he's packing some serious heat. The tail is like a Bendham, a super articulated. I mean, you guys know Bendhams. You remember wrestling Bendham figures throughout the years. This is next level bendability. You remember those were sometimes tough to get the bend to stay or bend just right. This one you can put in any possible position you want. Easily. This is probably the best Bendham thing I think I've ever felt and dealt with. I mean, you can seriously get whatever you want bent out of this thing. That is extremely cool. Extremely cool. So he's got blood all over him. He's got the bloody... Is there a variant here? Is there a bloody variant? This does very much remind me of other Storm collectible figures. You got that kind of squishy plastic chest piece going on. Crotch piece is usually that too, but not on this one. It's harder. He's got this metal bracket type look going all the way down there. 4 hooves with little claws on the back. You got blood throughout on the paint. He definitely stands very easily. He's a big figure and he's got articulation. You got knee articulation in the top 2. So you can put him straight up like he's kicking and use this. Can you bend? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on here. It just looks strange if you look straight on. It looks like just a regular character. And then you're like, oh, what? There's the rest of him. Man, this is beefy and big, though. Big muscles. You got the hands. Obviously, hands pop off very easily. Very Storm wrestling figure-like. You got the pegs. You just peg them right in. Like so. A little tougher to get in, actually, than I thought it was going to be. Tougher than the wrestling figures, but maybe you just got to play with it for a while. He does have the big spike on his elbow. Sharp. Extremely sharp. I joke about the Mortal Kombat McFarlane figures being 14 and up because all the sharp points, just you get indentions on your hand touching it. I'm even bleeding a little bit on my palm from this. So 3-year-olds, 3 and below, you can't play with this. But you 4-year-olds, knock yourself out. Maybe you lose an eye with one of these as well. Very cool head. What head scan is? Oh, you got to go with the Screaming head scan. Especially on something like this. A wrestling figure, maybe not. But a Mortal Kombat figure, you need to get this crazy head scan going on where he's just screaming and yelling. Man, this is cool. This is very cool. Let's look at the skeleton fast. I'm not going to look at the extra hands for the skeleton. You guys can figure it out. He's got open hands. He's got closed hands. This skeleton is so much more than I anticipated. Oh, he's even got a little styrofoam in his chest piece. Interesting. I wish I could buy an army of these skeletons. I feel like you could get a lot of use out of these between, you know, He-Man, Star Wars, whatever you want to use them for. He's got a little angry face for a skeleton. He should be a little more blank, but man, that is cool. That is next level cool, this skeleton. Look at that. Does he have peg holes? No. I was going to say I'll put him on a stand. But very cool. You know, you get him and he's just got this guy and hey, I just ripped the soul and skeleton out of a guy. That's what Motoros do. I mean, you can put him in his hand just like so. Look at that. How cool is that for an accessory piece? A fully articulated skeleton to go along with the figure. I mean, that's the attention to detail we get with the Storm figures. And it really makes me itchy for getting Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang. Who else would I want from the Baraka, probably. Johnny Cage, if they made one. I don't know if they have, though. I know they've made a lot of, like, Smoke and Sector and some of those guys that, I don't know, I might wait for McFarlane. I can't be crazy all in on Storm Collectibles with these because there's only so many dollars to go around. I don't care who you are. There's only so many dollars you want to spend in your figure budget. I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on one figure. $20 price point is really where figures shine for me. I feel that's a good value for most things. When I get paying a little extra than that, I just always feel a little uneasy. I feel like, that's a lot of money. $100, I could have put that towards whatever, you know. My wife really wants a new couch. We could put that towards that new couch. You know, she's getting that couch. We're getting it. I think I'm ordering it tomorrow. Oh, so exciting times. Coming to weekly purchases near you, a new couch. But it is going in a new playroom. Anyways, more on that later. But, you know, pricey figures, it makes you wonder. This I feel okay, because you know the rules of the channel, the rules of me. Got to get a deal. I got to get the best deal I possibly can. I found this for a little under $100 shipped to me. I felt like that is a deal. Here's Shao Kahn, always sitting on my desk lately. You put him here next to scale. I think that scales pretty well. I think that's a pretty good scale. But $20, $25 for Shao Kahn feels like a deal. You know, $90-some for this one. A little bit more expensive, but you got a deluxe figure. You got the skeleton. He's a bigger figure. If it was just your traditional Mortal Kombat figure, I'd feel like I was cheated maybe a little bit. And I know there's import fees a little bit from this and where they come from. I understand the whole process of it all. It's not apples to apples, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But for this deluxe one, same thing would probably go for Goro. If I got Goro for around $100, I'd be very happy. I'd feel okay with that. It's when the figures are more this style, this size, paying around $100. It's tough. I mean, those Hogan Storm collectibles, I could do it. I could live with that. Those really fit a niche. I thought they were really good. They were worth everything. They weren't quite $100 though. They were $50 to $60, I want to say they were. The Liger figures, same thing, except now the new one's a little more pricey than I think it warrants. And then there was that blue one, but there was only like 300 of those in the world. I had no problems jumping it that fast just for investment potential. This one, I gotta think it'll be just like Goro down the line. Maybe not quite to the price levels of Goro, because Goro, hey, most people know Goro. A lot of people played Mortal Kombat 1. A lot of people. A lot of people played Mortal Kombat 11, but I gotta think more people are familiar with the the old school Mortal Kombat days of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and I mean, it was on the nightly news. This is the most violent game in history, this new fighting game. There were so many articles, so much on it. There was a lot more eyes on early Mortal Kombat. Not that there's not eyes today. There's a new movie coming out. There's going to be a lot of Mortal Kombat mania going on, but I think more people have a fondness for Goro than Motoro. That is for sure. And Goro, worth a lot. I think this will get up there, just not quite as high. But this is one not to sleep on. Get it now when it's around 100. Don't wait till it goes to 200 to 500, somewhere in between there in the next year or so. The skeleton alone is pretty cool. I'm thinking of other figures I could pair the skeleton with in displays. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do. But a solid figure. I don't think you can go too wrong with this, especially if you love Mortal Kombat. This is a big figure. This is a big one. One of the biggest ones I think that have been made. And I like it. I like it a lot. I love big figures. You guys know me. And then you add some blood on them. You add some hooves. And you turn him into a horse type being. Sign me up all day long. I like it. Very, very solid. Very solid. So you guys tell me your comments below. Tell me what you think about Mortal Kombat. Tell me what you think about Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat. I know some of you guys that watch my videos out there, you dabble, you buy some of the Storm ones. Are they truly worth it? I got my eyes on a few things. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger, but maybe somebody can convince me otherwise. Gotta get a deal. And the other thing I should put in there, you know, a lot of these Storm figures, a lot of these figures from China and Japan really get bootlegged very heavily. I would be concerned jumping into the Storm Collectibles line, because I know there's bootlegs out there, and sometimes you got to say, hey, is this gotta get a deal, or is this deal too good of a deal to be true? That's what you got to be careful, because some of those imports, you get some cheap bootlegs. We see it with the Turtles, we see it with a lot of stuff. I would say be wary on that as a little side note. But tell me your thoughts on these. What do we think we'll get for McFarlane? Do you think we'll get a Motoro for McFarlane? We probably will next week. They'll probably announce it after I just bought this one. But I'd love to see a Goro for McFarlane. I'd love to see some more Storm collectible ones. I just want to try to pick and choose. They got to be in the right scale, but I would love to at least have one of everybody. That is the goal out there. So we'll see if I can get it done. But you guys leave me your Mortal Kombat thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got tons more Mortal Kombat talk and unboxing to do, along with all kinds of wrestling, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, NECA Ninja Turtles, and it goes on from there. A lot going on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell on. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Lots of news and updates there as well. And don't forget belowthecollar.com, Kyle Peterson. So Mortal Kombat madness continues for the whole crew. I'm Kyle. I'll see you guys real soon. All right, plastic prison, straight up Motaro right there.